episode 9 of the BooprinT. We're excited to have our special guest here. We have the illustrious Tana Lea, adult film star, and we have Nick Hogan, Vice President of Electronic Music at Dash. So, and also all-around great guy.
Cool
and they're dating.
Who's cool?
I'm a bit of a foodie, so I'm just here for the cheese.
So before we started shooting, he just bit into his sandwich for the very first time. But Tana's been a huge fan of ours for a very long time. Did you find us on Postmates first time?
I like to smoke a lot of weed and order Postmates, and I ordered this like years ago.
Yeah.
And it was so good. So I always just, I've never actually even been to your store. This is the first time I've been to any of your stores. I just Postmate.
Well, that's cool. My dad's interrupting. Give me 1 second. He's like 70 years old. Probably. Bob Seger is like an
What
old...
about Bob Seger?
Oh, what happened to him?
No, he's having a concert. We're going to be there today at the Forum.
Oh, he's still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's still doing it with the Silver Bullet Band. That's part of the restaurant life, is constantly being interrupted. So, so back to, you found us on Postmates. And I found out that she was a fan because she IG storied us for the first time. Like, oh shoot, it was cool because, just having fans from all different places, different, different professions or whatever. It's like dope just to have people that fuck with booze, and that's what we like to do. Just have different audiences and whatnot. But it was just great to see her IG story. So, real quick, first of all, how'd you guys meet?
Instagram, kinda.
Kinda, sorta. One of my friends went to school with her.
Since
So
like
that's
8th
how-
grade. In Texas, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how we ended up like crossing paths. Is that she saw me on his Instagram.
Okay.
So then we just eventually started talking.
Got it.
Now you can't get rid of me.
You're stupid.
Now we're eating together.
Yeah.
Cool. So where you originally from?
Florida. He's
Florida?
from Tampa, Florida, damn it.
I was born in Van Nuys.
Got
He
it.
grew
I was
up
born
in
here.
Florida.
I grew up and went to school in Florida, and I've been back here for the last 10 years.
Okay.
He don't like to connect with his redneck roots, but he's very redneck in fact.
All redneckinize, all right.
There we go. Got it. And you're originally from Texas.
Yes, I like
Okay.
to bring the redneck out in him because
She does too, man.
it fits him though. It seems like he's always meant to be
She'll be
redneck.
talking in a country accent.
He just does it.
I just don't see it.
I'll
I
just
saw
do
you.
it. I'll just do it out of nowhere. I'll be like, hey, babe,
It's awesome.
come help me with this. Talk real
In
slow.
public, we forget too. People are like, "He's not even. Where are you from?"
Where's your draw? You have a draw. I know you do.
From Texas.
From Texas. Okay. But you never.
Well, everyone says I don't sound like it anymore, but it's only when I'm like real high,
Yeah, you do.
real drunk, or upset. I don't know. Or I'm
Yeah, it
yelling at
comes
my
out.
dogs.
Oh, yeah, when she yells at the dogs, she sounds like a mom in Texas. Kids, goddamn it!
I don't talk like that.
Apparently you do when you get
I
high.
guess.
I'm getting mad.
Now you're gonna have to do like an IG story, like, yo, this is what really goes down. when
Oh
you get
yeah.
high.
Yeah, right?
So when did you move out to LA, or what brought you to LA?
I moved out back here. I moved here in 2015, and I was just back and forth between Austin, Texas, and here. And then I finally moved back here in 2017, and got rid of my place in Austin first because I moved back to do porn.
Got it.
Well, now I can do porn anywhere, but like initially getting into porn, like working with big companies like Brazzers and all of those companies, you kind of have to do
In LA.
Yeah.
And then so how'd you get started in the industry? Like what was your thing you mentioned to me? You had your own audience and you're doing your own thing, and then you were just kind of networking.
Yeah, so I started on Snapchat actually in like 2014 or 13 when Snapchat was like fairly new. I got Snapchat famous in Austin because it was legal to be topless, and so I would just fucking go into a bar or anywhere and just pull my titties out, and people would be like freaking out, and it's Snapchat it. But every time they would Snapchat, I would make sure that they added me or tagged me.
Of course.
And then I had people that had stickers of mine with my titties and shit, and so when we went to bars and I pulled my titties out, I would make these people pass out the stickers, so these people are following me and tagging me, and so I got really like popping on Snapchat, and then I started doing like a premium Snapchat from there, and then like building my following on Instagram, and then I started working for Fleshlight doing their social media, and then went to the porn awards with them into Europe, and then I kind of met like big name like agents and stuff, and I was like, oh, I could do this. This is easy. So then I just like transitioned. But yeah, literally from Snapchat, from me pulling out my titties in bars. and just from promoting it, like tagging my titties. I had pedicabs with my titties on them. Like everyone knew my tits before me.
But that's the hustle though. Like you just hustled the game.
Yeah.
Hey, that's hustling right there.
Here I am today.
So yeah, so you moved to LA, and then because of your network of people, you were able to get introduced to the right agents and whatnot to get put on to the bigger companies, right?
Yeah, and then I signed with an agency and like started doing like mainstream porn, and then now I'm like kind of doing my own shit. Like I mostly produce my own content, like on my Pornhub channel or my website or my Snapchat. Like I don't really like working for other people, so.
Got it. No, makes sense. I mean, so like, what's the state of the industry right now? I mean, I hear there's like so much just upheaval going on just because of you guys are doing your own thing. Everyone can do their own thing now. Like, what's really going on?
A lot of old companies don't really like that because they used to be able to just make money off of girls, and girls didn't really couldn't profit off of their own shit. You know, companies would pay you a one-time rate, and then they'd sell that content forever, and you would get that one-time rate. That's all you get. And so now girls kind of took back control and said like, hey, we don't need you, you need us because we're the talent, and if you're like, you're not going to steal our content and get away with it. Like, I don't know, like a lot of these girls are like producing their own shit, putting it on their own website and their own Snapchat and stuff.
Their own branding, basically.
Yeah, which is what needs to happen because these other guys just take advantage of them.
Got it. And so you have your own like social media, obviously the Instagram, the Tana Lea, and you have your Snapchat still, all your different kind of social networks, and you're just constantly updating that and just doing collaborations.
Girls,
so okay.
Yeah, that's important to do cross promo with other people. Even if they have less followers than you, they still have followers that you don't have. So
exactly.
And like sometimes if girls want to do promo and they don't have enough followers, I have other pages that I can promo them on. Like it's all about like where you can put someone.
Got it. And so what's your kind of like, I guess, goal for the year? It seems like you're now really focused on doing your business and your brand. And so what's kind of like the steps that you're taking so that you can turn this into, hey, this is the future of my business?
Yeah, so I want to start like producing more for other people because I've only been producing like my own content, but I want to start producing more for other people, like having talent write their own scripts that they want to write and pick their own wardrobe, location, talent. Like if someone has a scenario they've always wanted to do, like let's do it together. I'll film it, produce it, and whatever. And then I want to start like a mentorship program for girls that are like in the industry or in any kind of like sex industry or social media industry or whatever, because these girls go into the industry and have no idea. I told you how fast he fucking eats. Look at that shit. Right?
Crushed it.
Cleaned it.
Damn.
But these girls go in.
It was fucking bomb, by the way.
And their agents don't tell them anything. Their agents are like, oh, like, you know. So these girls, I'm also OCD. These girls sit around and wait for like to go work on set, and they don't always get calls because you're only new for so long or whatever. So they don't know to brand themselves. They don't know to make social media. They don't know to buy LLCs and domains and all this shit. They just like wait, and then when they don't do porn anymore, they're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I want to start helping girls, teaching them like there's other ways to make money and promote yourself and your brand without like having to do a lot of work.
Got it.
So, yeah.
The grind and the hustle continues.
I like to make money when I sleep.
There you go. Love it.